This story is called Going to School, and we're going to take a look at some schools around the world. Children in many places around the world go to school. They learn to read and write, they do math, they study the history and customs of their countries. They have recess too. The children in this book go to school in 9 different countries around the world. Their schools are very different in many ways. Some are large schools in busy cities. Others are small schools in villages and towns. In some areas, students walk to school. In others, they go by bus, train, or car. Some even go to school on snowmobiles. No matter how they get there, however, students around the world go to school for the same reason. They go to learn. Afghanistan. 9-year-old Maria goes to a school for girls in Kabul, a city in Afghanistan. For many years, girls in Afghanistan weren't allowed to go to school. In 2002, however, a new government was formed. Now girls have schools of their own. So here's her school, and it takes Maria 30 minutes to walk to school. And then down here, it says students sit on a rug during class. Maria wants to become a teacher when she grows up, so she studies hard in school. Her favorite subject is Dari. This is one of the languages spoken in Afghanistan. Maria and her friends have fun at school. At recess, they enjoy jumping rope. Maria's favorite recess sport is soccer. So up here, this is Maria's name written in Dari. These are students at recess. Down here, students at Maria's school wearing uniforms. And then right here is Maria's schoolwork. And it says, this is Maria's math book. Maria writes in Dari. Dari is read from right to left, so that's the opposite of how we read. Australia. Rosita is 8 years old. She goes to school in Bidyadanga, a small community in northwestern Australia. Her community is more than 100 miles from the nearest town. So this is Rosita's school. And right here it says Rosita's in the middle with her best friends Jessica on the left and Carla on the right. Down here it says Rosita doesn't wear shoes to school. The weather is hot and dry, so Rosita goes barefoot all the time. And this is the road that leads to Rosita's school. Rosita is an Aboriginal Australian. Aboriginal peoples have lived in Australia for more than 40,000 years. 5 different Aboriginal languages are spoken in Bidyadanga. Rosita's school day begins at 8 in the morning. Her classes include reading, drawing, and math. At recess, she loves playing basketball and hide and seek with her friends. And down here is Rosita's schoolwork. In these notebooks, Rosita writes about what she learns in class. Her class has been reading a story about clowns at the circus. Canada. 8-year-old Levi goes to school in Iqaluit, I think is how you say that, I'm not positive. This town is in northern Canada. From October to May, lots of snow falls there. In the winter, it is dark for most of the day. Levi is Inuit. The Inuit are native people from northern Canada. At school, Levi speaks and writes in Inuktitut, I think is how you say that, the language of the Inuit. He also understands English. Lots of hard words in this book. It says children in northern Canada sometimes ride to school on snowmobiles. That's what's going on down here. So this is Levi's school. It says Levi's school is on the coast of Baffin Island in the Arctic Ocean. Levi likes working with computers. Many students in Levi's community use computers in school. Levi's town is many miles from a big city. A computer makes it easy to get information without having to travel to a faraway library or bookstore. Levi keeps a journal at school. That's his schoolwork down here. It is written in Inuktitut. Levi draws pictures in his journal too. And right down here, we've got Levi on the right and his best friend over here on the left. Ghana. 7-year-old Asiye, I believe is how you say her name, goes to school in Accra. Accra is the largest city in Ghana, a country in Africa. Asiye loves school, especially drawing and writing. Most of all, she likes learning about the human body. So there's Ghana. That's where she's living. Asiye wants to be a doctor when she grows up. Right now, though, she enjoys being a student because her schoolwork is so interesting. Asiye studies in English, the main language spoken in Ghana. She also is learning French. At recess, Asiye and her friends play clapping games together. So down here we've got Asiye, she's in the center, and her friends in front of their school. And this is her schoolwork. This is Asiye's spelling workbook. She writes French and English words that she's learning in this. Japan. 10-year-old Daisuke goes to Yawata Primary in Agawa, Japan. He spends a lot of time there. In Japan, school begins in April and lasts until the following March. So this is Daisuke's name in Japanese characters or letters. And Daisuke, he's on the left, and he's with his best friend Yasuki on the right. And there's Daisuke's school. Daisuke studies math, social studies, music, and the Japanese language. His favorite subject is science because he loves learning about dinosaurs. When Daisuke grows up, he wants to become a scientist and study dinosaur fossils. So down here is Daisuke's drawing of a dinosaur, and there's his schoolwork, and it says, this is Daisuke's science book. The red swirls that you see down here were made by Daisuke's teacher. They tell him that his work is correct. Russia. 8-year-old Olia goes to the Russian classical dance school. This school is in Moscow, the largest city in Russia. In Russia, many children go to school that focus on one type of skill, like language, music, or dance. Olia's mother takes her to school. There is her school right there. They go on the Moscow Metro, an underground train system. There's Olia's schoolwork. Olia writes her English lessons in this book. She writes with Cyrillic letters. The Cyrillic alphabet is used in the Russian language. In the morning, Olia learns Russian, English, and French. She also studies math and art. All afternoon, she takes ballet lessons. Olia has always wanted to be a ballet dancer. When she finishes school, she hopes to join a ballet company. And down here it says Olia's mother made the leotard that she wears to ballet class. South Africa. Shabanjali, I believe is her name, goes to Ellerton Primary School near Cape Town, South Africa. It is a 90-minute drive from her house. Sabanjali's day starts very early. Her mother wakes her at 4:30 a.m. Sabanjali puts on her school uniform and eats breakfast. At 5:50, a truck arrives to take her to school. And there it is down here. It says Sabanjali and 15 other children go to school in this truck. So they're all packed in there. School at Ellerton is fun, so Sabanjali doesn't mind the long trip. She and her classmates study math, English, science, and history. They also learn Afrikaans. Afrikaans is one of the official languages of South Africa. There's time for fun too. At recess, Sabanjali and her friends play ball games on the playground. During the warm summer days, they swim in the swimming pool at school. So up here, it says Sabanjali and her classmates often study in groups. And down here, Sabanjali's schoolwork. This is Sabanjali's science book. Science is her favorite subject because there are so many different topics to learn. United Kingdom. 11-year-old Samantha goes to Dorton House School in Seal, England, in the United Kingdom. It is a school for blind children. Some of Samantha's classmates live at school during the week. Samantha lives at home with her family. So about 150 students go to Dorton House School. There it is down here. And Samantha plays soccer at school. Like other British children, Samantha studies math, science, English, and geography. To do schoolwork, she uses a talking computer and calculator. She also uses maps and diagrams with raised lines so she can feel. Samantha's favorite class is music. She even writes her own songs. Up top is Samantha's schoolwork. It says the pictures in Samantha's science book are made with raised lines. The words are in Braille. In Braille, bumps stand for letters. To read, Samantha feels the bumps with her fingers. And down here, it says Samantha does math with this talking calculator. It says aloud the number she presses. United States. 10-year-old Chevet goes to school in New York City. Chevet's school has many students. Nearly 1,000 children go there. It takes Chevet about 10 minutes to get to school. He rides a yellow school bus. When he is older, he will take a city bus or ride the subway to school. It says down here, Chevet steps off the school bus. Chevet has different teachers for each school subject. Math is one of his favorite classes. His real favorite, however, is gym. He and his friends get to play basketball and football. Chevet's favorite day at school is Friday. That's when a chess teacher comes to school. Each Friday, the teacher gives Chevet's class a lesson. Then the students choose partners and play chess together. So up here says Chevet and his classmates play chess. There's his school, and down here is his schoolwork. It says Chevet says math will be important when he goes to college. He wants to study computers and create special effects for movies. And that is the end of our story.